is our strength, is our diversity, as our coming together as a people. We will not accept a candidate who insults our Mexican brothers and sisters, calls them rapists, calls them criminals. We will not accept a presidential candidate who, before he announced his candidacy, of the so-called birther movement. And I want you all to know what that movement is. African-American president in our history. So in a democracy, we can have differences on kinds of issues, but we cannot support a candidate who is based on sexism, based on dividing us up. That is not acceptable. But politics, despite what some in the media may think, is not a personality contest. This is not a soap opera. This is not a beauty contest. This is not a football game. What politics is supposed to be about is which candidates best represent the interests of the middle class and working families of this country. This campaign is not about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. It is about you, your families, and the future of this country. And I think that if anyone takes an objective look and an analysis of the major issues facing our country, you will find without the shadow of a doubt that Hillary Clinton by far is the superior candidate. And let me start with an issue where there's a very clear difference of opinion between Secretary Clinton and Mr. Trump. To my mind, the major crisis facing our country is a very strong movement toward oligarchy. Do you know what I mean by oligarchy? What I mean is that we are moving toward an economic and political system in which a handful of billionaires control this nation. At a time when we have more income and wealth inequality than any other major nation on earth, the billionaire class is saying, well, yes, we do own the economy. Yeah, we're getting much richer while most other people are getting poorer. That's not enough. We want to own the United States government and state governments all over this country. And as a result of this disastrous Supreme Court decision on Citizens United, that is exactly what they are trying to do. Hillary Clinton has said, and I just met with her a couple of weeks ago, and she told me to tell you that within the first 100 days of her administration, she will introduce a Furthermore, she has made it clear, and as Zach mentioned, this is an enormously important issue, that she will not nominate to the United States Supreme Court publicly that he or she will vote to overturn Citizens United. So before we talk about issues like healthcare and education and climate change and all the other issues that are on your mind, we have got to talk about the corrupt campaign finance system that we have and the need to create a vibrant democracy. But it is not only Citizens United, all over this country. You got cowardly Republican governors and legislatures who are trying to suppress the vote. Now, when I run for office in Vermont, I run on my ideas. People want to vote against me, that's fine, that's called democracy. I do not figure out ways to keep people from voting because they might vote against me. But that is what is happening all over this country. Cowardly Republican governors are afraid to run for office based on their ideas, and they're coming up with all kinds of hurdles to make it harder for people to vote. I want this country to have one of the highest voter turnouts in the world, not one of the lowest. I want to make it easier for people to participate in the political process, not harder. I want all of you to be thinking and understanding that when people fought and died to defend democracy, I want you to be thinking about running for office, running for school board, state legislature, President of the United States. This is your country. Among many other things, a broken tax system, an unfair tax system which benefits the wealthy. Well, in one day, Donald Trump did more to educate the American people about how corrupt our tax system is than I did in a year and a half. Donald, thank you very much. What Donald Trump said is, I, Donald Trump, am a multi-billionaire. I've got mansions all over the world. I live in the lap of luxury. I got my big jet, which I fly around in, but I'm a billionaire. I don't have to pay any federal income tax because the working family not only are you going to lose this, your billionaire friends are going to start paying their fair share of taxes. Hillary Clinton and I and you understand that it is absurd that not only are billionaires not paying their fair share of taxes, we have large multinational corporations making billions a year in profit, stashing their profits in the Cayman Islands, Bermuda, and other tax havens. We are going to make them start paying their fair share of taxes. Worse than it. Now, my Republican colleagues say, well, we're only growing 250,000 jobs a month now. Not good enough. Well, maybe it's not, but it's a hell of a lot better than losing 800,000 jobs a month. My Republican colleagues always worry about the deficit. Deficit is an important issue, but they forget to tell the American people that in Bush's last year, we ran up a $1.4 trillion deficit, the biggest deficit in the history of America. And by the way, They also forget to mention that after 8 years of trickle-down economics, the world's financial system was on the verge of collapse. So we are not going back to trickle-down economics, to tax breaks for billionaires and cuts in programs for working families. We're going forward, not backwards. Secretary Clinton understands that while we have made progress in the last 8 years, it is not good enough. We need to do more. That's a fact. Nobody can make it on the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour or $8. Living wage. We should not be discussing the fact that women make 79 cents on the dollar compared to men. Secretary Clinton and I and you believe the time is long overdue for pay equity for women workers. Number 3, the United States should not be one of the very, very few countries in the world that does not guarantee paid family and medical leave. When a woman gives birth to a beautiful baby in New Mexico or in Vermont, she has the right to stay home with that baby, not be forced to go back to work. Secretary Clinton and I understand that we need to create millions of decent paying jobs. Yes, unemployment has gone down, no question about it, but not far enough. In my view, in Secretary Clinton's view, we need to be hiring teachers. Our roads, our bridges, our water systems, our wastewater plants, our airports. And when we do that,
I can hear you.
She's on 1. Tell them that you're on 1 for some reason. Tell them that you're going to be on 1. I don't think she's on.
They're tossing to me.
Okay.
Okay, so you will take me for the tag. Okay. Okay.
Can you let them? They put her on line 1. They put you on line 1. Can you let them know? Because she got off the phone.
She said they have me now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Live channel 1. She's going to be on live channel 1 now.
I do. And this is News Channel 8.